Josh, John Worrell, how you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Good. Hope you get a chance to enjoy some Christmas downtime with your loved ones.
Same to you. Thank you.
Thanks. Um, I know we're kind of all COVID weary, but given what's going on these days, do you think the COVID protocols are fair?
I mean, it's really not my place to speak on that. I'm just, again, trying to be the best quarterback I can be the best teammate I can be for this team, and try to go win a game on Sunday. So all that stuff, it for me, it's minutia. So I try to pay the littlest attention to it as possible.
Fair enough. Yeah, because I mean, Cole's kind of like went off and said that it's not COVID, it's the rules that are the issue, and obviously he can speak for himself. But what are the concerns of not having Cole in the lineup this weekend in such a what could be, a very critical game?
Yeah, I mean, again, he's one of our best players. Whether he was vaccinated or not, if he caught it, he'd still be out. So that's kind of my stance on that.
Fair enough. Have a good game.
Same to you. Or Merry Christmas.
Hey, Josh. I know we often have asked you throughout the season about big games and all that, and we usually hear it's the biggest because it's the next. But truly, I mean, you guys are all, I'm sure, well aware of the playoff ramifications and the division ramifications of this one. So, are you guys embracing everything that's on the line here this week?
For sure. And again, we know what's at stake, but we're not trying to make it the biggest game, but like you said, it is, because it is the next. And we're not trying to approach it any differently than we would any other week. You know, we're trying to hone in on our skills, figure out a game plan, and figure out what we can do to best execute that game plan on Sunday.
And I know you often say, you can't take necessarily something from a previous matchup over to the next one because every game is different. Is that especially true, or how especially true is it here with this one, considering how drastic the weather elements played a factor in the original meeting?
I mean, again, I think that game we had our chances and we didn't execute like we should have. But make no mistake, it's a really good team. Obviously, they're leading the division for a reason. They're extremely well coached, and I'm sure they're going to switch up some things too and show us some things we haven't seen from them this year. So we got to be ready for whatever they throw at us, and like I said, just try to go execute a game plan and give us a chance to win a game.
Thanks. Have a good holiday.
You as well. Thank you.
Hey, Josh, Adam Benini. I just wanted to follow up one more on the vaccination issue. You've declined to discuss your own status, but in light of what's happening in the league, I think I just read from the head coach on down, 15 New York Jets are positive as of today. In light of what's going on with this variant and anything else, has your view of that issue? I know you said Cole, whether he's vaccinated or not, he'd be out. But do you have an overall view on that issue now as we head toward the playoffs and down the stretch of the season, in light of what's happening in the NFL?
Not particularly. Again, I've got my views as well as everybody else in the nation that have the right to their own views, and again, I'm just trying to be the best quarterback that I can be for this team, and set aside anything that I can't control nor should affect us. So again, we're just trying to go out there and have a good week of practice and execute on Sunday.
All right, fair enough. So let's turn our attention to the game. And forecast is looking pretty favorable. I think 40 degrees, partly cloudy, maybe a chance of a shower, winds 10 miles an hour, maybe gusts slightly above that. Do you think that gives you an opportunity to maybe do what you do best offensively as a team, which is put the ball in the air, right? That's been your MO and the way you've had the most success. So how much are you looking forward to this matchup in maybe more favorable conditions from that standpoint?
I mean, well, set aside conditions. Again, we're excited to have an opportunity like this to play meaningful games this late in the season. And again, whatever the weather is, if it turns into another, show, we got to be prepared and be ready to go execute. And again, we didn't execute how we wanted to the first game. We understand that. But again, we're excited to go against, this team that's leading the division. And we have a really, really fun, cool, exciting opportunity in front of us. And I think as a team, we understand that.
All right. Thanks, Josh. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
Afternoon, Josh. How you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. I know it's crucial every week, but how important is player leadership this week to keep the team focused and motivated with the importance of the game on Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, again, with all the distractions that could be distractions, we just gotta make sure we're talking to each other and leaning on each other, and not letting little things become big things, and more importantly, keeping the main thing the main thing, and that's to go out and execute and try to win a game on Sunday against a really good opponent. So, it's going to take all of us, practice squad included, from everyone from the mail room to the cafeteria. It's going to take us all. So, like I said, we're excited for an opportunity like this.
Thank you. Have a good holiday.
Thank you. You as well.
Hey, Josh Reed here. Thanks for taking some time, and happy holiday to you.
Same to you. Thank you.
Some troubles this year in one possession games. I don't know if you know this, but you guys are 0-5. When it comes to those games, what has it been that you guys just haven't been able to kind of finish the job?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's football, because I think last year in one possession games we were like almost the opposite. So part of it's the game. The other team gets paid too, but at the end of the day, we got to continue to try to make plays and execute a game plan and put ourselves in position to win football games instead of not winning. So just gutting down and focusing on the play and the situation at hand and trying to attack and execute it that way.
Sean had mentioned that Emmanuel Sanders, he was expecting him to be on the practice field today. Obviously, he's been dealing with a knee. With Cole being out, what would it mean to the offense if Emmanuel could play on Sunday?
Well, I think it'd be a big boost for us, just given his talent level, his knowledge, and the juice and the knowledge that he brings. So whether he's ready to go or not up to me, but we'll see. I want him out in the field with us.
Thanks, Josh. Appreciate it. Happy holidays once again.
Thank you. You as well.
Dr. Josh, Mookie Hawkins, Westport Sports 1080. Was good.
Hanging out, Mookie. How you doing?
What do you got to say about your guys winning the Potato Bowl last night?
That's what we do out there in Wyoming, man. That's our bowl game. Shout
Absolutely,
out Levi Wallace.
absolutely.
That was good performance by our quarterback. It was good to see.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Josh, everything
Levi
this
Williams,
team has
sorry,
gone.
Wallace. Levi Williams. Williams. Don't tell him I said that.
We got that, Joe. But Josh, everything this team has gone through, a win Sunday will put you back how you started, man, into the divisional driver's seat, if you will. How excited are you for this game in particular, and how will this offense be able to dictate tempo?
I mean, again, that's why we play this game, is to have opportunities like this late in the season. We just got to go out there. We got to play us, do our job, and go out and try to execute a game plan. There's going to be different situations that we haven't seen, but using all the knowledge that we've gathered throughout this year is going to be very important in figuring out a way how to win this game. So, we want it. They want it. My college coach used to say there's 2 hungry dogs and 1 piece of meat. So it's going to be a dogfight.
Absolutely, man. And we know dog will definitely hunt, man. But it is Christmas, though, big guy. So I got to ask you, what do you want for Christmas?
Let's go out there and execute on Sunday. That's all I can ask for.
Hey, that'd be a great Christmas piss to every Bills fan, man. Have a good week and happy holidays to you.
Thank you. You as well, Mook.
Hey, Josh, it's Jay with the Buffalo News. Have you come to appreciate over your 4 years here, maybe the disdain that Bills fans hold for the Patriots? And do you have a full sort of recognition and understanding of maybe just how much this means for the fan base when you guys go up against New England?
Yeah, we understand, for how long this team's been kind of the top dog in this division and really the conference. So we players, we know that, we feel that, but we try to set that aside as much as possible and just try to focus in and hone in on executing a game plan.
And Mookie asked what you wanted for Christmas. Everybody likes to know what you get the offensive line. Last year it was golf clubs. What was it this year?
I can't tell you yet because I haven't given it to him. So,
Understood. All right, man. Have a good Christmas. Thank you.
Thank you as well.
Hey, Josh, Mike, Catalana. Everybody has seen, and you probably grew up watching big games, Foxborough, late in the year. Last year you played there. There was no fans. Take us in what it's like, especially late in the year, going into a place like you know it's going to be and trying to perform. And like Brady used to say, coming to Buffalo, try to quiet the crowd, that type of thing. What's it like in a big moment when you know it's that kind of atmosphere against your team?
Well, again, we've talked about this before. Every game from here on out is a playoff game. The type of atmosphere that's going to be there, I mean, the energy is going to be extremely high. We know that the crowd's going to be really loud. We know that. So we got to prepare as best as we can. And again, be prepared as possible before we step foot in that stadium on Sunday, and not let it affect us, and really just do our jobs.
So take it from last year where there's nobody there to this. Is there anything differently? I'm not talking about like cadence and things on the line, but mentally to prepare to know, okay, this is what I'm facing in addition to just facing the Patriots defense.
I mean, again, with these types of games, the ebbs and flows, the momentum, you can't see it, but you can definitely feel it. So that type of energy and that juice, when you're able to either have that energy from the crowd and it can push you, or when you draw that and steal that from the crowd, that can also push you. So we got to be aware for that, and we got to be ready for the moment.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Josh, you touched on Emmanuel and just what it would mean to possibly get him back this week. I'm curious, just with him going through so much lately, the knee injury, grieving the loss of a friend, how have you seen him navigate all of that? I'm not sure how much he's been around the facility, but just kind of working through all that.
Yeah, I mean, he's a vet. He's a true professional. He's been getting a lot of rehab, a lot of work. He's been able to maintain the same positive energy each and every day that he's been around us. So I'm super grateful for that. And again, when he's back out here playing with us, we don't expect anything but that juice and that energy and that focus. So we're going to need him going forward. And, again, he's a vet and he's going to be ready for the opportunity.
And then I know we asked about your foot post game, but now just getting through a game, getting through today's walkthrough, is there anything lingering that is limiting you, or how's that?
No, good to go.
Awesome. Thanks. Merry Christmas.
You as well. Thank you.
Hey, Josh, I'll be the 15th person to say Merry Christmas to you. So Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, I want to ask you about red zone. You guys obviously struggled in the first game against these guys, but since then you've been much better in the last two. As you go into this thing now, what has to happen in red zone against a defense that is so good in the red zone?
I mean, it's being smart with the football. It's executing game plan. It's myself making the right decisions and getting out of our bad plays and into a more manageable and team-friendly situation. So whatever that is, every situation is a little different, but it's on my shoulders to go out there and do. And, we got to be prepared for that. I think last couple of weeks, we've just kind of been more focused on our red zone and our opportunities there, especially throughout the practice week. So, I don't think that's going to change this week. And again, we gotta convert opportunities when we get down there, because we know how much points are at a premium in this game.
When you watch the film of your game against them and them in general, why are they so good in the red zone? What do they do that just makes it so tough down there?
Yeah, coverage wise, they know and understand their type of coverages, what leverages to play, when and when not to fall off on certain route combinations. Their route recognition is extremely good. And they got some guys that can just get after the quarterback and kind of make you move your spot and force you to make a quicker decision. So again, they're extremely talented on defense. They got some absolute dudes over there that, on top of that, are extremely well coached. So, we know red zone is one of the, if not the most important part of the game, and they understand that as well. So, having that bend don't break mentality, which a lot of defenses have, they take that extremely seriously.
Yeah. Thanks, Josh.
Thank you.
Hey, Josh. I'll be a Grinch and just leave the holiday stuff. For you, Sean had mentioned to us post game Sunday that one thing he thought you were doing well was how you were kind of leading the team before the game, at halftime, and that sort of thing. Is there anything you're doing differently this season? You know, we're not in there for that stuff. So I was just curious how you kind of approach, you know, leading in that way.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm doing anything differently. There's obviously times where certain guys need to step up and say something, and just understanding that and knowing when to speak and knowing when to keep your mouth shut and just go out there and try to execute the best we can. So that's really kind of been my thought process the entire time.
Yeah, I feel like we hear a lot about how short halftime is, and there's not a lot to, you know, there's not a lot of time to talk about things. How do you kind of handle halftime? What are your priorities?
Well, getting back and just talking to certain guys, Coach Daves will come in and kind of update us on what we're doing going forward, how we're going to attack the next half, and obviously just trying to get off to a fast start in that second half.
Thanks.
Hey Josh, I know you talked about it after the game about the offensive line and guys, you know, having to play different positions and shuffling different guys around. But just kind of going off of that, when you look at the tape, what did you see? And just, I guess, how challenging has it been this season when, you know, you guys have to constantly shuffle guys around and not get a consistent 5 out there week in and week out?
Yeah, I mean, switching up guys is never easy. There's a whole lot of communication throughout practice that goes on in certain plays, and guys are able to talk about certain things, you know, at the line of scrimmage. And when you kind of get a wrench thrown in late into the week, especially, you just got to have a lot of trust in those guys that they were on top of their practice habits and making sure that they were paying attention and taking mental reps throughout the week. But like, again, I was super proud of how our guys performed last week, and whether we get those guys back this week, again, it's not up to me. But the communication is going to be key this week for the front five, and whoever that may be, we got to go out there and guys got to step up and we got to execute.
And I know people are interested in what you get your offensive line, but I think the real question is what you're getting Sky for Christmas. I think that's the real question.
Yeah, I got her a couple toys, and I got her this one electric bone that kind of moves around, and she absolutely goes crazy for it. I let her open a couple already, so I couldn't wait.
Awesome. Thanks, Josh. Merry Christmas.
Thank you. You have a good one. Bye.